Back in 2012, just 14 weeks into launching Reuben's retreat, both Mike and I were guests of Granada Reports. Let's take a look at what that promise looked like back then.
That one, isn't he? Next tonight, to the inspirational parents who've managed to raise more than £100,000 in just 14 weeks. Now, that's how long it's been since their 23-month-old toddler Reuben died from a brain tumour.
They were determined that something positive should emerge from their grief. So they decided to open a countryside retreat for other families with sick children. It's a fundraising campaign that's had an overwhelming response, as Mel Barham explains.
He used to stop us, didn't he, and say, "Does that boy never cry?"
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was so happy.
He was, yeah, all the time, all the time.
Smiler, they call him in the village, don't they? Smiler.
This was the last picture taken of little Reuben on holiday in Devon. His family thought he just had a bug, but 4 hours after this was taken, he was airlifted to hospital. He never regained consciousness. What they didn't know was that he had an aggressive brain tumour, and as his family rushed to the specialist unit, they had just one comfort left, that if he didn't make it, they'd donate his organs and save another's life. But that was dashed when doctors confirmed it was cancer.
The fact that we couldn't donate, it just knocked us even more. You know, we were really down, and I just thought there's got to be a reason for this. This can't be in vain. And I said to his godmum, Reuben's retreat, and she said, "I love it, we're going to do it."
And so the idea was born, a countryside retreat, a home from home for children with life-limiting and life-threatening illness, a place whole families could come to relax, have fun and make memories, whilst also offering bereavement counselling.
It was almost like this was what we were meant to do, that we were meant to do something, you know, in his name.
Positive,
and just make
yeah.
a difference. We're not sad people, are we? And we were just scrabbling round for any bit of positivity we could get from this horrific situation, and that was where it had led us to. It wasn't a coincidence. That's some going, that's the biggest we've ever had, that, Mikey.
In just 48 hours of launching their charity, they'd already raised more than £5,000. Tonight, that total is over 120.
It's overwhelming, isn't it? It's absolutely overwhelming.
Yeah, we're humbled by it, aren't we?
Yeah.
And as much as, you know, throughout all of this, we're grieving, the goodwill, the support.
We had him for 23 months. And for 23 months, we cherished him, we loved him. We wouldn't have changed a thing. But in that 23 months, you know, why was he here for 23 months? Well, he was sent down here to make sure that in the future, he's going to make a difference. A Reuben's retreat will make a difference.
Yeah.
Their aim is now to raise £1 million in 23 months. Judging by the response so far, it's a target they may well smash. Mel Barham, Granada Reports, Mottram.
Yes, if anyone can do it, I'm sure they can. You can find out more about Reuben's retreat on our website. Go to itv.com/Granada for all the latest news. You can find sport there and weather as well.
It was no surprise that Mel Barham was invited back to Reuben's retreat in 2025 to take a look at how far we'd come since 2012.
She's more used to ringside than the roadside, but sporting hero Stacey Copeland has just completed a gruelling cycling challenge in memory of a very special little boy.
Come on, give me 5.
Little Reuben was just 23 months old when he died following a brain tumour back in 2012. Just 2 days after his death, his family started a charity in his name. And it wasn't long after that this friendship began.
So we met at the supermarket Bagpack. She came through my till and she was like, "Tell me all about your charity." And we had a really good chat as the shopping was coming through. And she was like, "I'm going to do something for you."
At the end of the conversation, I said, "How do I get in touch?" And she gave me her email, and it was Mummy at Reuben's retreat. So it turns out it was Nicola, and I was like, "Oh, I can't believe you're Reuben's mum." And it just began from there. And you know, the courage that Nicola and the whole Graham family have shown to try and help others was incredible, and I just felt compelled to do my bit.
We first featured the charity's plans just months after Reuben's death. 13 years on, the idea of providing a retreat for bereaved families and children with complex needs has grown into this place, a non-clinical home from home, a haven for families to make memories. But the next phase is to finally be able to welcome families to stay over. But to complete that, They need to raise £1 million.
So this is where the money ran out.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, wow.
Yeah, here you'll be stood in an apartment in a few years' time, hopefully.
Okay.
So fully accessible, fully track and hoisted.
And this will be a place to make those memories.
Absolutely. It's going to be really special.
Reuben's retreat, you're lost for words half the time because I'm getting emotional, but it's true, just an unbelievable place.
The more we raise, the more we renovate, the more we renovate, the more families we're able to reach. And it means that each life, no matter how brief, forever changes the world. I think we all have the ability to leave our world a better place than we found it, and even he did. Sorry.
What this place brings is hope, often in the most devastating circumstances, and yet this place is uplifting. It's positive, it's filled with love and it's filled with hope. And I've always said that whichever way you get involved with this charity, it will enrich your life, because it is just a magical thing that they do in such tragic circumstances.
And as they celebrate what they've already achieved, they're looking ahead to what a difference they can make in the future. Mel Barham, ITV News, Glossop.